as we are continuing to follow a developing story this morning, Fort Worth police have released body camera video of an officer-involved shooting that left 2 men dead.
We brought it to you as breaking news right here on Daybreak 1 week ago. We do want to warn you, we will show some of that footage and it is disturbing. First, let's walk you through what we've learned. An officer and arson investigator were responding to illegal fireworks activity. On their way to that call, they came across a separate incident, a fight between 2 men who both had guns. Both officers fired their duty weapons. The department has placed those officers on administrative leave as it investigates.
Now, here's a look at the body cam video from that night, and it's been heavily edited. Police Chief Neil Noakes in Fort Worth says the officers saw 21-year-old Billy Smith pointing a gun at a man who they say was injured and lying on the ground. The officer opens fire, announces himself, and fires again. Then the arson investigator opens fire on a second man, Branche Minner, who police say was also armed and had a weapon light shining in the direction of the officers and the person on the ground.
The release of this video raises more questions. That's why family and friends of the men who were killed are calling for more transparency.
Megan Mitchell joins us live from Fort Worth with more on their demands, and they're asking for all of that video footage unedited to be released. Megan?
Yeah, and that's really one of the issues they have with that video you mentioned, is that it's so edited and it's so short. Fort Worth police released a total of 30 seconds that you just brought us through, Mark and Kara. So we are not able to see that entire exchange from start to finish. Now, the chief confirmed what is evident in one edited clip, and that is that their officer fired his gun before he yelled out that he was an officer. So he fires about 3 shots. He says, "Police, get down," then fires 3 more times. So we wanted an expert take. Our WFAA senior crime and justice reporter, Rebecca Lopez, asked Larry Gordon to watch with her. He's a veteran DPD officer, and he now trains departments on de-escalation. Gordon says he has no issue with what he saw because he says these officers were entering a chaotic situation.
The officers go in a situation trying to figure out who's a bad guy, who's a good guy, hearing gunshots, seeing a person on the ground, had seen someone leaving that particular area, shot a person that they hadn't found yet. So just putting everything together, you have to use force, you have to take action, or somebody else is going to get hurt.
But the family and community do want answers. Pastor Keeve Tatum, a community leader in Fort Worth, is not pleased with how this went down.
Because they just come shooting. Don't answer, don't call police, don't turn a siren on. You just pow, pow, pow. And we're supposed to accept that as good policing? That's the worst policing I've ever seen in my life. And for a police chief to stand up.
So one of the reasons that I mentioned that the officer did not identify himself before he ended up shooting was because that was really a key piece of evidence, specifically in the murder conviction of former Fort Worth police officer Aaron Dean. He never announced himself as an officer before he shot a Tatiana Jefferson in her home, but that was a very different situation, right? Gordon says he believes that this officer did act reasonably because he went into a chaotic situation and he was trying to protect and save lives. Now, we do have a full breakdown of that video coming up in about 30 minutes. We'll bring that to you live as well. Mark, back to you.